Liz, Cecile, can I see you for a moment, please? Thank you.
Yes, Cecile?
Liz, is Jamie in his office?
No, he has his doctor's appointment. He should be back shortly.
Doctor's? Oh, that's probably Dr. Wagner.
That's the name.
That's his psychiatrist. Did you know that he was still in therapy?
No.
Oh. I thought you knew that. I wouldn't have said anything then. I guess if Jamie wanted you to know, he would have told you himself. You won't say anything, will you, Liz?
No.
Good, thank you. Jamie wanted these files. Would you mind putting them on his desk for when he comes back?
Certainly.
Thank you so much. Liz, I just don't know what I'd do without you. Oh, scared me. Honey, have you got my other bag?
No, I left it in the car. I thought we'd save time. I'd drive you to the airport.
Oh. Well, gee, that's awfully nice of you, but no thanks. Now, don't read anything into that, Jamie. I'm just thinking about you and the complex. Well, I guess it's time to go. The cab's going to be waiting for me. Oh, take care of yourself. I am going to rush back here as soon as I can.
Okay.
And I'm going to call you the first thing when I get there. And every day, I promise.
Better.
I will. I'm going to miss you.
Will you?
Jamie, of course I will. Oh, honey, I am doing this for us. For both of us. Because I love you so much. And I just want this whole thing settled. And I promise you, I am going to be thinking of you every minute I'm gone.
Take care of yourself.
I will. You do the same. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Gotta go. Oh, Jamie, listen. Will you please go visit Mac at the hospital today? There is nothing that I would like better than for you two to resolve this whole thing.
Yeah. Maybe I will.
Okay.
Then I found out about you. And I met you, and I couldn't believe it was real. And when you found out that I was your son, and you came to me and you accepted me for what I was instead of what I'd been, it was like my fantasy life had come real. I couldn't believe it. It was too good to be true. Maybe, now I look back on it, maybe it was. All I've given you since I've shown up in Bay City is trouble and more trouble. And now, because of me, Cecile and Jamie are in great danger, and you... Oh, God, I could lose you forever. Well... How did this ever happen? I wish I'd known. Really known. I don't know how this is going to turn out, Dad. I wish I did. But I do know that if somehow we manage to make it through all this, my past is going to keep haunting us. And I'm not going to do that to you. If I get a second chance, I promise you, I will never hurt you again. Ever.
Hey, Billy. Mind if I sit here? Okay?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Cameras? Pictures? Yeah, police. Yeah, I want to report a burglary.
And now, the continuing story of Another World.
Name's Stu Massey.
How you doing, Alex Sanderson?
You're new around here, aren't you?
How can you tell?
You know most of the regulars around here. There isn't any tourists hang out. Where you from?
A little bit of everywhere. I used to live around here a long time ago.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Just hit town?
Yeah. Excuse me, ma'am, can I have a little more coffee, thank you?
I can tell.
Oh, yeah? How?
Most of the people who come in here work out on the pier. They're regulars. I know just about everybody.
I guess the tourist season must be winding down about now.
You got it. This isn't exactly on a Beverly Hills tour, either.
No, I guess it isn't.
You, looking for work?
Could be.
Ever done any work out on the pier? I mean, before you left town?
Yeah, so.
You don't give out much, do you?
No, I guess not.
You're not on the lam or anything, are you?
I'm not running from the law, if that's what you're asking.
So, what'd you do on the pier when you worked it before?
I sold tickets to the merry-go-round once. You believe that?
Good with your hands?
Well, I've been told I am.
Guy quit on me yesterday. Repaired the horses.
Horses?
Yeah, on the merry-go-round. Could you do that?
Yeah, I could do that.
You got a lot of other offers to consider?
No, I guess I don't.
So when could you start, Al?
Go. Everything. Just take it all.
Hey, Mitch?
Yeah.
Larry.
Glad to see you.
Hey, what's going on here?
I've been burglarized.
Is there anything missing?
Nothing in here in the dark room. Let's see. Equipment, cameras, lenses, film.
Yeah, what kind of film?
I shot some film, I think 3 rolls, 4 rolls, and, 3 rolls. Processed it. It was drying. They took that with everything else.
All right, well, let's check it out. Come on, Jerry. Man, what a mess.
Those guys must have been in a real hurry. Did they take anything?
Yeah, everything of value. Camera, lenses.
Because you didn't touch anything, did you?
I touched a camera case.
So you didn't touch anything?
Well, just the case, like I said.
Okay, we got cameras, we got lenses, we got film, right?
That's all that I can Determined's missing.
It's pretty messy in here.
Yeah, well, it makes it harder to find out what's missing.
It's a nice setup you got.
Don't you think it's a little strange they took the pictures right off the line?
Yeah, I do.
What were the pictures of?
The dock site.
The dock site. The one that used to belong to Matt Corey?
Right.
What were you doing taking pictures of the dock site?
I was working an assignment for Philip Lyons.
Yeah, who knew about it?
It's no secret, I guess, a lot of people.
Well, who, for example?
Some people in the newspaper, I guess. Racial. Denny said something. He knew that I'd been down the dock, yeah.
Denny? Denny Hobson?
Mm-hmm. He mentioned it at the barbecue.
Didn't make any sense. Hey, Jerry, so you get any signs of forced entry? Jerry.
What?
Did you check for forced entry?
No, I didn't check yet. This is really good.
No, nobody broke in here.
I can't see anything. I can see taking the cameras, but why would they bother with taking the photographs?
Didn't make any sense. Listen, I'm going to check this out. I'll let you know what I find. Jerry?
What?
Better ready to clear out?
Oh, yeah, as soon as you are.
Let's go.
It's really broken, huh?
Yeah, I'm afraid it is. Where did you do this anyway?
Well, I'm not sure. I think it happened during the kidnapping at the cabin. Lenny hit me, but I didn't realize it. Just started hurting a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
So how you doing?
Oh, I'm great. I'm just great. And you? I mean, aside from everything else.
Oh, you know the joke? You know, it only hurts.
I know. It only hurts when you laugh.
Yeah, you got it. It wasn't very funny, was it?
Am I hurting you?
No, it's okay.
Good. Jamie, are you all right?
Yeah, it got up too fast.
Here, sit down.
My ribs. Everything was wrong with me. I'm falling apart.
You know, you weren't supposed to move around at all until we got you taped up again.
Now you tell me.
That'll teach you to be impulsive. So, how's Mac?
Good, as far as I know.
You haven't seen him?
Not today. Not yet. I might go visit him later.
Look, Jamie, I know you're really concerned and worried about Mac, and I mean, it's only natural that you would be, but he's going to be all right.
I know.
Why are you looking so concerned?
That's my natural look. Did you know that Cecile is gone?
Cecile's gone? What do you mean? Where's she gone?
To find Sandy Alexander.
What do you...
I should say Sandy Alexander Corey.
I don't understand.
Sandy is Mac's son. The real thing.
Mac's son?
Yeah.
Well, why is Cecile going after him?
Because Mac wanted to see him, and I wasn't going to be the one to do it.
Well, Jamie, friend, what are you doing off that table? You weren't supposed to move until we had you taped up
Well,
again.
I guess I got a little impulsive.
Well, according to your x-rays, you look like you're coming along all right, except that finger's broken.
Oh, no.
I think we should tape you up again anyway, all right? Just
All
to
right,
be sure.
thank you.
Marianne, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to do the bandaging. Is that all right?
Sure, I don't mind.
Okay, bye, Jamie.
Thank you, Doctor.
Back up on the table, Mr. Frame.
Yes, ma'am. How long do I have to wear this thing, you know?
A few weeks.
Oh.
You okay?
I'll be okay.
Are you sure you should be alone right now?
Well, I don't think it matters one way or the other.
Jamie, you know, if you need anybody to talk to, Rick and I are good listeners.
Thank you.
Hey, I mean it. I mean, don't just say thanks and let it drop.
No, I mean, I know you mean it. I appreciate that. But, I don't really feel like talking or thinking, for that matter.
Okay. I think I understand.
Do you?
Yeah, I think so.
Jamie kept talking about a file.
File?
Yes, and, I know this sounds funny, but Chapter 7?
Chapter 7?
Mac, do you remember when you were having me work on your autobiography?
Yes.
Wasn't Chapter 7 the chapter that you didn't want me to edit?
Yes, absolutely, Cecile. I didn't want anyone to see that chapter.
Oh, well, was there something in it that could upset Jamie?
Well, under the circumstance of how he found out about Sandy, yes, I think he would be very upset if he read it.
Well, what was it, if you don't mind my asking?
No, I don't mind. It was where I wrote about me and Sandy's mother, our affair.
Oh, Mac. Oh, I could understand how terribly hurt it'd be reading that.
I just don't know how he could have got hold of it.
Well, he's been working a lot in your office lately, and maybe he just stumbled upon it.
No, Cecile. That manuscript has been locked in my safe since I finished writing. No one has access to it. Only I have the key, except Liz, of course.
Well, maybe Jamie has a set of keys, too. Or he could have borrowed Liz's keys.
Mr. Corey's office?
Good morning, Liz.
Oh, Mac, what are you doing awake so early? You're supposed to be getting lots of rest.
I appreciate your concern, but I'm getting sufficient rest. More than sufficient, if you ask me. And I feel very well.
Oh, I'm glad to hear it. Everyone's been asking about you.
Well, you tell everybody I'm doing just fine. Will you do that for me?
With pleasure.
And there's something else I want you to do for me, Liz.
Just name it.
It was a long while ago, but do you remember where you filed my memoirs away?
Well, certainly I do. I locked it in your safe.
And are you sure that nobody's been in that safe but you?
No, it's not possible. I'm the only one with the key, you know.
I see. Well, Liz, would you take your key, open my safe, take out my memoirs, and bring them over here to the hospital to me?
Why, yes, of course, if that's what you want, Mac.
It is. May I expect you soon?
Just as soon as I can get there. Bye-bye, Mac. Now, what is this doing out here?
Are you okay?
Sure, why wouldn't I be?
I don't know. You just look a little out of it today.
Sorry.
No need to be. I'm just concerned, that's all.
There's nothing to worry about, Larry.
You don't look so hot either.
Well, I didn't sleep that well last night.
Why don't you take the day off and get some rest?
There's no need to. So don't worry about it.
Look, I'll stop worrying about you when you start taking care of yourself.
Larry, I'm taking care of myself.
Yeah? You gonna keep that appointment with Russ for that checkup?
Maybe. I mean, if I find the time.
Look, buddy, you make the time. You got that?
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you.
So, this is where we bring the injured ones. Kids chew on them, bite off the paint. Something's loose, they pull it off. We fix them here.
Huh.
But sometimes it's mechanical, you know, with the motor out there. You know about things like that?
Oh, you bet. I know about stuff like that.
Mostly it's just a patch-up job. Little paint here, new ear there, whatever.
Yeah, it's, interesting.
Think so? You might have to run the merry-go-round sometimes. How'd that suit you?
Fine.
Okay. Well, you got everything you need right here in this room. Even got a horse with a busted tail you can start on. Got any questions? Ask them.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. You're being straight with me about not running from the law, aren't you?
Would it make any difference to you if I was?
No, not really.
Well, I'm not. I'm just, running.
Okay. Get a haircut.
Well,
Hi, Liz.
you really look wonderful.
Thank you.
Well,
But what is all this work spread out here? You're not supposed to be working. If you're going to work like that, you might as well come back to the office.
My sentiments exactly, Liz. But I'm not overdoing. I guarantee it. Did you bring what I asked for?
But you know, it was strange.
What was strange?
The memoirs were not in the safe. I put them there originally. I remember myself then. A few days ago, they were there when I put something else in the safe. I saw it with my own eyes.
Well, where did you find them?
On the top of your desk. Just right out. Big as life.
On my desk, right out in the open?
Yeah, now, Jamie's been working at your desk, but that does not explain how this got out of the safe. He doesn't even have a key.
Liz, are you absolutely positive? You've never taken my memoirs out of the safe?
Absolutely positive.
I see. Well, Liz, when you get back to the complex, would you tell Jamie I want to see him, please, right away?
He's not in the office, Mac. He's here at the hospital right now. Maybe I can try to locate him for you.
What's he doing at the hospital? He hasn't been in to see me.
Well, getting a checkup.
Oh, yes. Well, I can have him paged.
Well, I can do that for
No,
you.
no, it's not necessary. You've got enough to take care of.
But
I'll do it.
I'd be happy to, Mac.
No, thanks anyway. You've already done enough for me, and more than enough.
All right. I'll get back to the complex then. With everybody gone, there's a lot to do.
Yes, and that's another thing I don't want you overdoing there either.
I won't. Talk to you later, Mac.
Yes, indeed. Thanks a lot, Liz.
That should do it. You can button your shirt now.
Well, thank you.
Not at all. Just the service we provide.
Thank you.
You said that.
Thank you. I know, I mean it. Thank you.
I'll see you later.
Okay.
Hi, Alice. Hello, Marianne. Jamie? Olivia told me that I could find you here. Do you have a minute?
Sure.
I spoke to Mac after yesterday.
You mean after our little, talk?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry you had to see that. You know, Alice, I really didn't go in there to upset him.
He told me about Sandy.
Did he?
Jamie, Mac feels terrible about not having told you sooner. Look, you have to see his side of it. He didn't want to hurt you. He cares about you.
Caring? What is all this caring? Everybody's caring. Mac's caring, Mom's caring, everybody's caring. Well, this caring is killing me.
You're being much too hard on them, you know.
No, I don't think so, but it's true.
You know, it's interesting. Seeing you so angry with Mac brings back a lot of memories for me.
Of what?
Of your father.
My father? I don't understand.
Stephen had quite a temper once he got going. I'd forgotten how angry he could be.
Do I remind you of him?
Yes, you do. It's not that you look alike, you don't. You're truly Rachel's son when it comes to that. There was something in the way you moved, something in your voice. I don't know, maybe something in your eyes. Anyway, it brought back a lot of memories of Stephen.
You know, Alice, I never got to know my father very well. I think I blocked most of my memories of him out. Because I thought that he walked out on me. But now, after everything that's happened with Mac, I don't know, I wish I had known him better.
Jamie, I want you to listen to me for a minute. As much as Stephen was your father, he was no more a father to you than Mac. Really. Mac loves you, and you're his son. And no matter what happens with Sandy, don't let it jeopardize your relationship with Mac.
But I don't know how it can't.
You say they took your photos?
I was going to bring them over to your office this morning.
And they got your equipment, too?
Everything. They cleaned me out.
Mitch, I find that very strange that they took your pictures.
Yeah, I know. I think what I'm going to do is, I want to go back down there and shoot some more.
No, Mitch, forget it.
Really,
It's
I'm curious about this. I'd like to see what's going on.
You really want to be curious?
Sure.
Do you know what my research department came up with?
Know what?
Well, the Dock Project is now owned by the Blackhawk Project.
The Blackhawk?
Yes, the ones who supplied the plane for the kidnappers.
Right, Denny Hobson, Clarice's brother.
Yeah, well, I spoke to him after the kidnapping, although I didn't get very far.
How do you mean?
Well, some woman, I think her name was Quinn or something, she did all the talking. And even Hobson didn't get a word in edgewise.
I get the feeling that whatever's going on, they're trying to hide it.
You know something? That's what I was thinking, too.
I need a camera.
Look, Mitch, the camera's no problem. I think the photos are going to be the problem.
This visit social or business?
It's police business.
Police? I don't understand. What's wrong?
Well, Miss Blake's studio was broken into last night. Somebody had taken pictures that he took at the dock site.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I don't see how that involves me.
Well, I thought maybe you could tell us. He said that you knew that he'd been down at the dock site.
Well, Mitch mentioned it himself at the barbecue.
Oh, that's not the way he told it to me.
If you'll allow me, Officer Ewing, I think I can shed some light on the situation.
I wish you would.
Our company, the Blackhawk Project, recently bought the docks. Our company has a very tight security system. We would know immediately if someone is photographing the facilities. Perhaps one of the guards informed Mr. Hobson.
Yeah, actually, that is right, Larry. One of the guards did mention it to me.
I see. And you just forgot.
Yes, I did. That's not the kind of information you'd file away. At least, I'd have no use for it.
You're sure about that?
I don't know what you're implying.
I want to know why you mentioned to Mitch Blake that you were aware of his activities, especially if it meant nothing to you.
Well, it means nothing to me personally, but it might mean a lot to the company.
So, in effect, you were warning him to stay away.
Nothing of the kind.
And that's all that happened. You let Mitch know that the company knew that he was taking pictures of the dock site.
Yes. And I can assure you that I know nothing about this break-in.
You're certain of that?
Larry, I give you my word I know absolutely nothing about it.
But if you find out anything, we certainly would like to know.
Oh, you can be sure of that.
Any more questions?
No, that'll be all. Thanks for seeing us, Denny.
I'm sorry I couldn't be of any more help.
We'll see you.
I suppose you tell me what that was all about?
No, just resting.
I want to talk to you about yesterday.
I want to talk to you too, Jamie.
You up to it?
Yes, I feel fine. Please sit down. Jamie, you said that Rachel told you about Sandy.
Yes.
Did you have any doubts about it?
Well, I had some doubts.
How'd you resolve them?
I read something.
Oh, what?
I was working at your desk. I was looking for something, and...
In my locked safe?
No, on your desk.
You read something you found on my desk?
Yes. It was a file folder labeled Chapter 7.
And you read it?
I read most of it.
Jamie, where'd you really find what you read?
I told you it was on your desk. It was a copy. There were a few pages in it.
Jamie, there isn't any copy of my memoirs.
Yes, there is a copy. I know because I read it. Of Chapter 7, I don't know about the rest of the chapters.
Look, Jamie, Liz found this full manuscript of my memoirs this morning. And it wasn't in my locked safe where it's been ever since I finished it. It was right out on my desk.
Well, that's not possible.
Come on, there's no reason to doubt Liz's word.
Well, I'm not doubting her word.
Jamie, try to remember, didn't you leave it there after you finished reading it?
Mac, I have never seen the completed memoirs, let alone read them. All I saw was a copy of Chapter 7 that someone left on your desk.
Look, Jamie, if you wanted to read the memoirs, all you had to do was just ask me. You know I'd give you the keys to my safe. In fact, I would have encouraged you to read about Miriam and me. Why do you think it's necessary to take Liz's key, open the safe, and why in the world do you think it's necessary to deny that you did it?
You're not listening to me, Mac. I didn't do that. All I did was read that file that was on your desk.
There isn't any file folder. And there isn't any copy of my memoirs or Chapter 7.
You don't believe me, do you? Do you? All right, well, then I'm going back to the complex. I'm going to find that folder. I'm going to bring it back here, and I'm going to prove that it exists.
I think we should talk, Denny.
That's just what I was thinking. I'd like to know what's going on here.
First, let me say that the company is really very pleased with your performance.
I'm not very pleased with the company right now.
However, I am sorry that you felt you had to mention anything to Blake. I told you we would handle the situation.
So you call handling it breaking in and stealing the guy's equipment and pictures? What are you people involved in, anyway?
I told you before, we're not involved in anything illegal.
Oh, stealing is legal in your book, then.
As I was saying, we're really very pleased with your work. I think perhaps it's time that you were filled in to some extent on just what Blackhawk is doing.
Well, yes, I'd like to hear how you explain this one.
Blackhawk is involved with a lot of government work. Many of our projects are top secret, involving national security. That is why we cannot have people nosing around with cameras.
But did you have to break in and steal all the stuff? There must have been another way.
You may rest assured that we only did what it was absolutely necessary to do.
That doesn't matter. You broke the law.
So did Blake, if you want to be technical about it.
What does that mean, so did Blake?
He did trespass on private property. We just wanted to make sure that he didn't do it again.
I see. One question?
Of course.
Are your tactics always this heavy-handed?
Only when absolutely necessary.
Room service? Yes, this is room 1107. Could you please send up some pâté and a bottle of your driest California white wine? Thank you. Yes, that's 1107. All right.
Hello.
Jamie.
Oh, hi, Cecile.
Hi, sweetie. I just got in this minute, and I wanted to call so you wouldn't worry.
Well, thank you.
Jamie, you sound strange. Something wrong?
No, nothing.
Come on, you can't fool me. I know something's bothering you. What is it?
Have you seen that Chapter 7 folder?
Of course not. I've never seen it.
Well, it's gone.
Honey, maybe you just misplaced it. Why is it so important?
No, Max says that there aren't any copies of Chapter 7. He says the only copy of his memoirs is the original.
Well, maybe you're just confused. Maybe you did read the original Chapter 7.
Look, Cecile, I know the difference between a file folder and an entire book. I'm acting some lying to him.
Are you?
Of course I'm not. You know that.
Honey, either you're lying or you're mistaken.
Look, I am not lying, and I am not mistaken. On Mac's desk was a copy of a file folder of Chapter 7. Now it's gone.
Sweetheart, I wish I could help you. I don't know what to tell you.
You don't believe me either, do you? Look, I don't have time to talk to you. I have to find that folder and get back to Mac. Goodbye. I'll talk to you later.
May I help you, sir?
No.
I'm afraid you're going to have to put that camera away, sir.
Why's that?
This is private property. No photographs allowed.
Right, well, I haven't taken any yet.
Yes, and it would be better if you didn't, sir.
Okay, what if I maybe left this with you and I just walked inside?
Well, you've got to have a badge or your name's got to be on this list.
I don't think my name's on the list.
And since you're not wearing a badge, I'm afraid you can't go in.
What are they doing in there anyway?
I really couldn't say.
Did Jamie come by and see you?
Yes, earlier.
And?
I don't know, Alice. I just don't know.
You two didn't settle your differences then?
Look, in my heart, I just know Jamie couldn't have taken my keys, unlocked my safe, taken the memoirs out without my permission, read them, and then denied he read them, and then made up some story about how he read a copy of the crucial chapter that was just lying out on my desk. And yet, in my head, logically, I know that's the only way it could have happened.
Oh, wait a minute, Mac. I'm totally lost. What is this about a chapter?
Oh, well, I don't really want to go into it all. I just bore you.
You never bore me, Mac. You should know that by now.
Oh, come on. You don't have to flatter me, you know.
I'm not flattering you. I'm only telling the truth.
Well, it shouldn't take me long to get out of here if you keep making me feel so good.
Well, that's what it's all about, isn't it? To get you out of here?
What? Leave you behind alone here? No, I don't think that's a good idea.
Oh, Mac, I'll always be around. As long as you like that.
I like it better and better all the time, I can tell you.
Mac, would you let me read your memoirs sometime? Or tell me about them?
Would you really like to read them?
Yes, I would. I'd like to see how the events of your life shaped you into the kind of man you are.
Hi. Have you seen this person around here at all? I'm looking for this guy. Have you seen him?
Looks familiar. Who is it?
My brother-in-law.
Nice-looking guy.
You haven't answered my question. Have you seen him?
Look, lady, I haven't seen the guy. Never saw him before in my life.
Do you know what time it is?
No.
Well, what on earth are you doing here?
I'm looking for something. Liz, do you remember seeing a file on my desk?
Seeing a file?
Yes.
Yes, I've seen a file. I've seen hundreds of files. What color file? What kind of file?
It was labeled Chapter 7.
Chapter 7, nothing else, just Chapter 7. No point of reference, no book title.
No book title, just Chapter 7.
Is that what you're looking for in all this mess?
Yes, and I can't find it. I know it's here because I read it, and I can't find it here. Mac's going to think I stole his copy of the memoirs.
Hush, Mac does not think anything like
Yes,
it.
he thinks I'm lying, Liz. Now, something's going on here, Liz. And I don't like it.
Hey, Al.
Yes, Stu, right here.
You're running from something, aren't you?
Now, what makes you think that?
I don't know. If I were you, I'd think twice about running.
What are you trying to say, Stu?
Just this. I stayed around the diner for a while after you left.
So?
Someone came in there. Had a picture of you. Asking if anybody had seen you.
Well, I don't know who that could be.
Join us each weekday at this time for the continuing story of Another World.